Hello guys, in this video we're going to learn about introduction and basics of Python programming. So here we have the list of contents: history of programming, how programming works, introduction to Python programming, how Python works, basic syntax, variables and data types in Python. So what is programming? Programming is nothing but a set of instructions that helps us communicate with the computer. So initially we started with machine language, then evolved to assembly language, nowadays high level languages. History of programming. So this history starts in the year 1950s. Then we started slowly by developing programming languages like C, C++, JavaScript, Python. Each have their own set of nature to solve problems. For example, JavaScript, it's predominantly used for user interface, and Java predominantly used for backend services. So how this programming works? All programming involves again creating a set of instructions. So this computer reads the instruction and perform the task that we have to do. So instruction can be written in the language that computer needs to understand. So each and every language has their own syntax and set of rules. So once we develop the language, assembler is there. It will help us to convert our language into object code. This object code will help us to interact with the computer processors. Here we have an example. So introduction to Python. Python developed by Guido van Rossum in the late 1980s at the National Research Institute of Mathematics and Computer Science in the Netherlands. Python, it's heavily known for its simplicity and readability. Yeah, we have lots of advantages in Python languages. Now, how Python works? Python is interpreted language. The example, instead of compiling the machine code, where usually this applicable for Java, C, Python code is read line by line by the Python interpreter. Python can be written in any text editor and saved with the file extension .py, and it is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed in the sense we don't want to declare the data type in beforehand. Basic Python syntax. Majorly we need to have in mind Python uses indentation. So here indentation defines the particular block of code which performs the particular action. And here's the example for like checking by giving two integers and checking with the condition whether it is greater, if it is greater. So here we are going to see Python syntax. This is very much important. Python uses indentation to define blocks of code. Below there is an example. Here we are checking two integers. If the condition satisfies, we are going to print 7 is greater than 2. Next, variables in Python. So as already I said, this is dynamically typed, but still we need to understand what is variables clearly. You can keep in mind it as a container for storing data values. So we can create any variable and we can assign the values as you seen in example. X is equal to 5, y is equal to hello world. Here x is a variable containing an integer and y is a variable containing a string. String will always enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Next one, data types. Yeah, Python has several built-in data types that are commonly used in various forms of programming. So here we have numeric types, example integers, the keyword is int, and floating point numbers keyword is float, float, and complex numbers. Next, sequence types. Here sequence types has list. We can see deeply list, tuples, dictionary, etc. in further classes, but as of now, for understanding, these are the sequence data types in Python. List and tuples. Ranges are there. We can create particular range with starting and ending points. Next, text data type, that as we saw in the example, the characters or words which is enclosed within double quotes or sometimes single quotes. Mapping type, this is where dictionaries. So here we have a key value pair structure. Now we're going to see some practical examples of what we have seen here. So I just opened the Google Collaboratory. You can just go to Google and type Collaboratory. It will open the window as you are seeing here. So I will post you a separate video for how to use this Google Collaboratory effectively. But as of now, consider this, the cursor blinking, the area where cursor blinking, no? This is called cell, where we are going to type our code, and at once we execute it, we will see the output just below to the particular cell. We have a simple exercise, how to find Python version. So if you want to make any notes or you want to make any text to be displayed as subtitle or any comments, then you can use this text cell. So by pressing this text icon, you will create a text cell where you can have your title, and you can format it as you want. Then press Ctrl plus enter or Shift plus enter to create a new cell below that. I don't want this cell, I'm just deleting it. Now how to find Python version. So, now I'm going to import this module. Now just typing the print statement should have parenthesis. The characters which we are entering inside the parenthesis will be displayed in the output. So my Python version is, I'm just displaying the text there. Now again I'm calling print statement this module dot method sys dot version. So you may get some suggestions, and you can see the description for the particular methods, even syntaxes, how we are supposed to use that particular method. That help we can get from Collaboratory. Now I completed typing my code. I'm just running the cell by clicking run cell icon in the left corner. So my Python version currently is 3.10.12. Okay, so just understand the syntax of print and how we can import the module. Module is nothing but a predefined set of instructions. Just understand that as of now. Now I'm going for next exercise. Calculating the radius of circle. I can make it bold, pressing shift plus enter. Now I'm going to write the logic to calculate the radius of circle. So for that, first I'm initializing the variable called pi. You can name any word as a variable. So now I'm naming it as pi. Pi is equal to constant of pi 3.14. Again, I'm going to get the radius from user. So again, initializing variable radius equal to input of input the radius of the circle. So this is just a sentence it will display while prompting for user's input. Now user may enter any decimal values too, so we are converting into float data type. Now we going to write the calculation part. So for displaying purpose, I'm writing sprint the area of the circle with radius. This is just a displaying text in output. I need to pass the variable radius in between this text. So I'm using plus symbol, converting the float into string data type of radius and using plus sign is again plus sign. Here I'm going to write the logic. So pi r square is the formula. Pi into r is radius. Radius square, you can mention double star 2. Now I'm going to run this cell. Control plus enter. So you can see the green icon in the second line. Currently it is stopping in the second line, prompting for the user input. I can give input radius of the circle as 5 and pressing enter. Now the third line get executed. The answer is 78.5. So okay, now we can mention a space here. We can run again. So now I am giving 7 enter 153.86. Okay, so one more exercise here. So again I'm pressing text icon. So now I'm going to have the problem return the count of a given substring from string. Using bold, shift plus enter to create a new cell below that. Now I'm creating a variable called input x equal to any sentences you can type. Python is easy, comma Python is useful, Python is not dynamically typed. Actually Python is dynamically typed language. Okay, so this is my input sentence. Now I'm going to count a substring. So here I'm going to initialize the variable count x equal to what is my input input underscore x dot count. So what is, you can give any substring. I'm going to give Python. So I'm asking to count number of repetitions of Python in the input sentence. So print output variable. What is that? Count underscore x. Now how many is there? 2. Why? Because capital P. I have only 2 Python substring with capital P. One is with small p. This will match the exact case. So here our count is 2. So that's all for today's introduction of basic Python programming classes. We'll meet you soon in next class. Thank you so much. Bye bye.